Hi everyone, Beth here. Welcome back to Mutley Children YouTube. So usually we would be together tonight at Supernova, but we can't be. But thank you for coming and being part of Supernova by watching this video. So I'm going to put some links in the description below for some songs that we love to listen to in Supernova. There'll be a link to where you can watch King of Me, and there'll be a link to where you can watch Jesus or What a Friend. So go and watch those videos, have some fun singing, and maybe show your families the actions we usually do. I've also got a story for you this evening. It is a story all about a donkey. Now, this donkey was a very young donkey, not really much more than a baby. He had long, soft ears and a soft, fluffy nose. He had a tail that went swish, 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 keeping the flies away, because this little donkey lived in a very hot country. It was hot and dry and dusty, and the little donkey was stood outside, tied up, waiting. The donkey didn't know what he was waiting for, really. His master hadn't given him anything to do yet that day, so he was waiting. Swish, swish, swish went his tail, keeping the flies away. Twitch went his little soft nose, and his ears turned round, trying to hear everything he could. In the distance, if the donkey listened really carefully, thought he could hear some people walking. It got louder. Plod, plod, plod. One person, thought the donkey. No, two people. Two people, plod, 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 getting closer and closer and closer. Have they come to see my master? Thought the donkey. Maybe now I'll have some work to do. Maybe I won't have to wait anymore. But the people didn't go up to the front door. The people walked straight past the front door. The people walked straight up to the little donkey. The little donkey took a step back. He didn't know these people, but they kept coming closer. One put his hand out to the little donkey's nose. The little donkey sniffed hopefully, but there was no food in the hand. The man didn't smell bad though. He smelled okay. Maybe these were new friends. And then one of the men did something very scary indeed. He untied the little donkey's rope. "Are you stealing me?" thought the little donkey to himself. He didn't want to be stolen. He liked his master. Someone from the door of the house called, "What are you doing? Where are you taking that donkey?" The men didn't seem worried at all. The donkey was confused. Maybe they weren't thieves. Thieves would be worried if someone asked what they were doing. But the men weren't worried. They looked straight back and said, "We are taking this donkey because the Lord Jesus needs him." The donkey thought, this Lord Jesus sounds like a very important person. And before he'd even finished thinking it, the men had started walking away. Plod, plod, plod. They tugged on the little donkey's rope, and plod, plod, plod. He followed on after them. They walked a long way, up a hill, a steep hill, until they met the rest of their group. The little donkey didn't need to wonder who Jesus was. He didn't look any different to anyone else. He had the same brown beard and the same long clothes, but the donkey knew. It was like he knew this man already. The donkey could tell this man was important. And then the little donkey felt something soft on his back. The men were doing a very strange thing indeed. They were taking their coats off. and putting them over the donkey's back. And then the man called Jesus sat on the donkey. The donkey had never had anyone sit on him before. He had never been ridden, and he thought to himself he would have minded if it had been anyone else. But it was Jesus, and Jesus was okay. Off they went, plod, 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 down into the city. As they got into the city, people appeared from everywhere. They were all around them. On all sides, the donkey felt very scared. He twitched his ears and he wiggled his nose and he swished his tail. And he wondered what to do, but the man called Jesus put his hand out on the donkey's neck. And the donkey thought to himself, it'll be okay. The people shouted. They were celebrating something. And then they started taking their coats off too. And they put them on the floor for the donkey to walk on. The donkey thought, I important? Just because Jesus is riding on me? What makes me important? So important I can't even walk on the ground. I have to walk on people's coats. This Jesus must be the most important person. They went on through the city. The people kept shouting and celebrating. They came from everywhere to see Jesus. The little donkey felt proud. They had someone so important on him. He thought he'd better take good care of Jesus. And when the donkey was home again, later that night, as he was drifting off to sleep, he'd had a very long, tiring day, he thought to himself, it doesn't matter who rides me from now on. They could be a king or an emperor or a ruler. They are not going to be more important than Jesus. That is the most important person who's ever going to ride on me. And the donkey thought to himself, how good that someone so important was so kind to me. And he drifted off to sleep. That's the end of the story about the donkey meeting Jesus. There's lots of people in our world, particularly at the moment, who have very important jobs. There's people who are rulers of our country, who are in charge of our country, who have to make really tricky decisions at the moment about what is best for us. So my challenge for you today is to find out the name of one of those people. You could look it up on the internet or ask one of your parents or grown-ups and say a prayer for that person. Ask that God would look after them and help them to make good, wise decisions to help us. But what I really want you to remember is no matter how important those people might be, none of them are more important than Jesus. There is no one in the world who is more important than Jesus. And Jesus is there looking after us. Even when it seems a bit scary because it's different than usual, Jesus is right there with us, looking after us, and he will not ever leave us. That's the thing I want you to remember today. Thank you for coming and being part of Supernova on YouTube. Like I said, you'll find some links in the description, which is down there, for songs that we love to sing in Supernova. I will be back on Saturday with another story for you when we would usually be having firecrackers. And I'm looking forward to seeing you then. I'm sad I can't see you in person tonight at Supernova. But I hope you're having a good week. Look after yourselves and remember to look after each other as well. Bye.